Let's begin our journey with Gluscabi and his family, who lived in a house by the sea. This family of fishermen had 9 children, 4 girls, and 5 boys. Their lives revolved around the rhythms of the ocean, relying on good weather for fishing. One day, tragedy struck when their father went out to sea and never returned, swept away by fierce wind. From then on, Gluscabi, the eldest, took on the responsibility of fishing for the family whenever the weather was calm. But life by the sea wasn't always easy. When strong winds blew for weeks, food became scarce, and each family member had to find creative ways to gather what little they could. This is where Gluscabi's adventure truly begins, as he faces the challenges brought by the powerful wind. As the wind continued to blow, Gluscabi grew frustrated. He tried to fish, but the wind always pushed his boat back to shore. Curious and determined, he asked his mother why the wind was so relentless. She explained that far away on the highest mountain lived a great eagle whose mighty wings created the wind. Gluscabi decided to seek out the eagle and ask him to stop. With his mother's blessing, he waited for the storm to pass and set off on a long journey. After 3 weeks of walking, he finally found the great eagle tirelessly flapping his wings. Gluscabi called out, asking the eagle to rest. The eagle, saddened, folded his wings, and suddenly the world changed. There was no wind, the air grew hot, and plants and animals began to suffer. Gluscabi soon realized that the wind, though sometimes troublesome, was essential for life. After experiencing the harsh world without wind, Gluscabi hurried home and told his mother what he had done. She gently explained that the wind is not just a force of trouble. It brings clouds and rain, keeps the air fresh, and supports all living things. Realizing his mistake, Gluscabi called out to the great eagle, apologizing and asking him to flap his wings once more. The eagle heard his plea and resumed his flight, restoring balance to the world. This story teaches us that nature's forces, even when inconvenient, play vital roles in our lives. Just like Gluscabi, we sometimes need to look deeper to understand the importance of things we might take for granted. The wind, with all its power, is both a challenge and a blessing. Shift our focus to the power of wind in human history. Thousands of years ago, ships from Egypt, Phoenicia, Crete, and Cyprus sailed the Mediterranean using both wind and oars. The Athenian trireme, a massive ship with dozens of oars, relied on teamwork and the right wind to travel. Vikings built fast, agile ships called drakars, while the Chinese junk was large but slow. Over time, sailors learned to perfect their sails, leading to the creation of the clipper ship, which needed only wind to move. Navigators like Vasco da Gama, Columbus, Vespucci, and Magellan made great discoveries, all thanks to their understanding of wind and sea. The wind was not just a force of nature but a partner in exploration, connecting continents and cultures. Navigators carefully observed the wind, recording its speed and effects. Light breezes gently move the water and rustle leaves, while moderate winds create small waves and sway branches. Strong winds bring larger waves and the sound of whistling, and thunderstorms can uproot trees and create massive waves at sea. By understanding these patterns, sailors could travel safely and efficiently. The story of Gluscabi and the history of sailing both remind us how closely our lives are tied to the forces of nature. Whether we're learning from legends or from science, respecting and understanding the wind helps us navigate both the seas and the challenges of life.